So the new GTA Trilogy, the definitive edition title update 1.03 has just released today on November 30th for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. And in today's update, we have over 100 new bug fixes and a lot of changes that a lot of us will like. So let's start off with all the general fixes, and then we'll get into GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, and then GTA 3, and then we also have some Xbox and PC improvements also. So for general, we have some stability improvements, and added cinematic camera which can be toggled by cycling through the camera modes when in game. They also fixed a number of misspellings on texture art and signage, and also a number of instances where frame would appear indoors during cutscenes. Now getting into each individual game, I will not be going over every single fix or change, but I will be going over some of them, and feel free to look up on the screen if you want to see all of the changes, and also I'll leave a link in the description to the patch notes if you'd like to check it out for yourself. So starting off with GTA Vice City, let's start with one of the biggest changes, which is that the fact that they finally added the original menu sounds back into GTA Vice City. So of course previously it had the GTA San Andreas menu sounds for some reason in the definitive edition, but now it has the original sounding, which is really nice. Now next up, we have added banners to the sides of the Rumble, Coach, Benson, and Boxville vehicles. And these are small changes, but of course it is really nice to see some nice updates there. They also fixed an issue where rain could be seen inside the limo during the cutscene of the mission 2-bit hits, and that's not only the rain fix that we have in GTA Vice City. There's actually a lot of them throughout all three games, but that is just one of them. They also fixed an issue where in the mission Copland, the mission would fail when the cafe would blow up. So in Copland, you're supposed to blow up a cafe, but instead the mission would fail, so that must have been really annoying. It's good to see they fixed that. They also fixed an error in the Welcome to Vice City billboard and near the airports. So this was like in the first cutscene, and a lot of people did notice this, where it said welcome instead of welcome. So it's good that they finally updated this. They also fixed an issue where crates would not be destroyed during the mission Gunrunner, preventing game progression. So a lot of people did notice this, and a lot of people were telling me this too. It pretty much was just game breaking, and Rockstar finally fixed it. We also have an issue where in the minimap, the swimming pool shaped like the Rockstar Games logo was incorrectly reflected on the minimap for Starfish Island. So on Starfish Island, there is a swimming pool, and basically have 5 stars in the Rockstar logo instead of the 4. And they also fixed an issue where there was a hole in the game world near Cafe Robina. And moving on to GTA San Andreas, the definitive edition, we have a lot of fixes. This one actually has the most out of all of them, but again we'll be going over some of them. So they fixed the issue where CJ's face would obscure the camera while looking behind them while either on a quad bike or piloting the Hydra. So this was either in one of those two vehicles. So basically what would happen when you do look back or press whatever button it is for you to look back, you would see CJ's face instead of seeing what's behind you, which obviously not what's supposed to happen. They also fixed the missing bridge in the Shady Creek section of the map. So this is of course one of the biggest bugs in GTA San Andreas, where there is a missing bridge, and it seems like now they have finally fixed it. They also fixed an issue with raindrops did not appear on the water surface. So when it would rain, of course we know it's extremely buggy when it rains, but pretty much when it would rain it just wouldn't be over the water. They also fixed the issue where the NPCs who wear numbered jerseys no longer had a random number overlapping the number 7. So behind the regular number that has been added to the jersey, pretty much you could actually still see the 7 that was behind it, but now of course you cannot see that. It just has the regular number that's supposed to be there. They also fixed the issue where CJ's forklift would not act as intended during the mission robbing Uncle Sam. So a lot of people had issues with this. Pretty much the forklift would just glitch out. It would just either fly up in the air or just catch on fire. Just a lot of things would happen, to be honest. And this mission got extremely more difficult because obviously the forklift was not acting as intended, but it's good that they finally fixed that. We also have an issue with Caesar's fingers. They actually fixed this issue where during the end cutscene of the mission Caesar Verbato and Woozy Moo, Caesar's fingers would pretty much be like extended or just really long, and it would just look really weird. And they also fixed the issue where police cars would clip through the ground. Now I actually did see this issue one time. It's good to see that they have finally fixed it. Now for GTA 3, again we have a lot more bug fixes. They adjusted the rain during the mission Give Me Liberty, which is the intro cutscene, so it matches what is visible during gameplay. So I did notice this when I was playing through GTA 3, like the rain was just really like covering the screen. It was like a whole filter basically. It was extremely hard to see what was happening in that first cutscene. They also improved the resolution of the signs on taxi front doors. They fixed an issue where the mission title would linger on the screen too long at the beginning of any mission. Now actually I did notice this. I was like, wondering like why the mission title was like longer than it usually would be, and I just thought that's how they wanted it to be, but it actually isn't. And then we also have some more rain fixes in GTA 3, and just like in GTA Vice City the definitive edition, we have a lot of rain fixes. So these issues were during the cutscene of the mission at Liberator, Don't Spank My Beat Up, Cipriani Chauffeur, and Bomb the Base Act 1. They also fixed the issue again with the rain where it appeared underwater when falling. They fixed the audio menu where the dialogue volume slider will not adjust to the sample audio being played. So when you do adjust the volume slider, pretty much it's supposed to go from lower to higher depending which way you put it, but I'm guessing before it didn't change. They fixed several camera issues when playing RC missions, and they also fixed an issue where the wheels were not connected to the vehicle being worked on by Joey. Now for some specific Xbox fixes, we have an issue where the game will not respond for several seconds after exiting certain interiors, and also an issue where the player was unable to unlock achievements that other users on other accounts, links to the same social club accounts, had previously unlocked. And then for the PC bug fixes, they fixed the bug where players with special characters and the PC account name were unable to save gameplay progress. That definitely had to be annoying. We also have an issue where options were not being properly highlighted when hovering over them, and also an issue where graphic settings were not saving after restarting the game. And I actually did experience this, so it's nice to see that they have fixed this, and now people on PC don't have to, keep changing their graphic settings every time they get on one of the Trilogy games. And there's also been some changes that have happened but have not been mentioned in the patch notes. For GTA San Andreas the Definitive Edition, it seems like the fog is finally back, which is definitely nice because a lot of people, including myself, wanted it back because without the fog it makes the map look really small. And then for both GTA 3 and GTA Vice City, the menu sounds have been put to their original sounds instead of the GTA San Andreas sounds. And some character models have been updated. Old Reese now looks old instead of just looking way more younger than he did look before. So that is definitely a nice update, and I think that Rockstar is going to be updating more character models in the future. They also added an option in menu where you could turn off the white outline when you are aiming at enemies, which is definitely a nice option. So that's a lot of fixes for sure. Again, if you guys want to check out all the fixes for all three of the games, also the general and Xbox and PC ones, I'll leave a link in the description to the patch notes. So I think this update is a huge W. There's a lot of things that have been fixed, a lot of things that have been talked about in the community, and it did finally fix these. So I'm glad to see that this is finally happening, and I think that of course there's going to be more updates because there's still a bunch of bugs, glitches, issues, etc. And hopefully more can get fixed in the future. And of course when that does release, I'll be sure to update you guys here on the channel. Now before I do in the video, I do want to go over some updated information regarding the physical editions of the GTA Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. So earlier today, Rockstar did tweet, the release dates for the physical versions of GTA the Trilogy the Definitive Edition have changed. Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and PS4 will now release on December 17th. The Nintendo Switch version is coming in early 2022. Check your local retailer for availability. So it was originally supposed to release on December 7th, but now they have changed it to December 17th. And now the Nintendo Switch version is coming out in early 2022. And I'm guessing they're doing this because of the bug issues, etc. And maybe they're also going to add some stuff into these physical editions. But of course, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this video though. Again, I highly recommend getting on GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition if you do have it to update your game. I think the update is going to be around like 10 gigabytes for GTA San Andreas and around like 5 gigabytes for GTA Vice City and GTA 3. At least for me on PC, that's what it was, but it may be different for different consoles, of course. And again, I think this update is a huge W, and I hope Rockstar continues to release more updates to at least fix most of these issues and bugs. But that's all for this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. If you don't want to miss any information regarding the GTA Trilogy remasters, including much more GTA Online and Red Dead Online content here on the channel, then make sure to be subscribed and have post notifications. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.